Hey guys, Jim Chester here. This is Dr. Barry Hobbs. Barry, how many times you been here?
I've been here 3 times, Jim.
So 3 mile high chiropractic weekends.
Yeah, 3. I was actually scheduled for the 4 years ago, but I actually had a health scare then 4 years ago that I was hospitalized and didn't make it. But I have made it to the last 3.
Awesome. So you got a Tap Your Atlas shirt on. I have a Chiro Hustle shirt on. We got some pretty sweet beards. And, the big thing is chiropractic. So that's the major premise of this whole interview. And you've been here 3 times. I've been here 6 times, guys. I've been here 6 times. This is my 6 mile high. If there was a 7th, I'd probably be here.
Beautiful.
So let's get real with people, man. What was your health scare recently, and what has it done for you to realize that your potential is greater than what you were doing?
Yeah, great question, Jim. And what's interesting, the last couple of speakers had talked about this on stage. Of course, we don't ever plan on a health scare or anything to happen to us. We plan on the schedule the next day or the vacation in a couple of days. And basically, I had a virus that attacked my heart this winter. I had some previous things that led up to that. I just wasn't fighting the flu, which I had never been able. I was always been able to fight it before. Bronchitis, fought it, came back, pneumonia, fought it. So it was like 2 months of being sick, and literally finally wasn't able to breathe from taking a few steps and couldn't even take in one single breath of fresh air. It was real shallow. And long story short, ankle was swollen. We know that's a sign of congestive heart failure. Went to the emergency room and spent some time in the hospital. So it was, long story short, a virus that attacked my heart.
And that theme isn't too uncommon from what we've seen what happened with Dr. Danny Knowles here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's there's a lot of similarities. In fact, one of the first things Rochelle said to me when I came in this week, she wanted to get some of the clarification on what had happened because I wasn't posting everything on social media and was just going through my own journey with that. And the similarity was, the virus, the bacteria that had really stressed it and forced, for it to go into congestive heart failure.
So maybe you have some good advice or some takeaways from your own health challenges that you might share with our other chiropractic colleagues out there.
Yeah, I absolutely have a lot of advice to give to everyone. I know that we do not have enough time for this, but the time that I have is real valuable, and the messages that I have are real valuable and true. And one of the key things is literally enjoy every single breath that you take in. If you're taking things for granted, if you're not able to take in that single deep breath, or like Danny was saying, listen to his kids on the car ride up north, he wanted to hear that. And us humans, we get caught in this rush, and, we look out things from the outside in. And I really highly suggest to people, like, you are abundant. There is abundance all over this universe, and it's not just Jim and I's beards that are abundant right now, but there's abundance in the universe, and I really wasn't looking at that. I was looking at things that I wasn't doing, that I wasn't having, that weren't occurring. And after this health scare, that was one of the key things that happened to me, is just the simplicity of breathing and being alive are the basics, and let alone then from there, the body parts, my health, my practice, my friends, my community. So thank you all for the thoughts and prayers, because that helped me heal. And one of the reasons why I'm here, but that's just one of the simple things, is just the single gratitude of a breath. And this is what's interesting with meditation. What do they say? Listen to the breath, be aware of the body, listen to what that does, because when you become silent, you're able to understand the expansiveness of the world that's within inside you, but also that your senses sense, and also the sixth and seventh sense that we can't necessarily prove yet scientifically, but we know that we can feel that and see the effects of that.
And that's the thing, is I've been trying to tell to people a lot lately, is you have to love yourself more than anybody else will love you. And if you get to be real with yourself, and you know who you are and what you mean to other people, you'll want to take care of yourself to the greatest ability, because you'll realize how much energy that people get from you being the best version of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of the training things that I did last year, some coaching and training things that I did, was I realized that I was looking for praise and acknowledgement and acceptance outside of myself. And this is something that happened on my healing journey as well. And it's not from the outside, it's from the inside. And here I am a principled chiropractor and teaching people and telling people it's from the inside out. However, was that little instance in my life, and when there's a little crack in your integrity and what you say to other people, but also what you say to yourself. Integrity is also your word to yourself. That little crack, like Ben Franklin said, a small leak will sink a great ship. And so that actually had a moment to just expand and actually blow up, and it almost took my life away.
So what's next for you? I mean, I know that you're rebuilding a practice up in the Detroit area. I know that you have a lot of love in your heart that you've refound. What's next? How are you going to manage this and live more congruent?
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Great question. That's I can answer it in several ways. What's next for me is I have a huge appreciation and love for the abundance that the patients have brought to me. I really enjoy. You know how they say go in the trenches? Like the first thing that I wanted to do when I was released from intensive care in the cardiac unit and the hospital in general, I just wanted to get back and see the patients and see those everyday miracles and see those everyday faces and be involved with them. And some of the things that I was cooking up last year with going through some of the different training programs was I really have chiropractic is bigger than myself and my own little office and my own world. And what I wanted to do is getting the coaching to the young students and the other young docs for somebody, whether that it's technique and adjustments or also the personal and professional coaching, because all professional business problems are a personal problem, and kicking that off and doing the work on that and finishing up some of the training that I was doing last year. And I really have been stepping up the last couple of years, also stepping out into the profession. Danny Knowles actually inspired me a couple of Mile Highs ago, and a couple of people like BJ Palmer and the Great Undertow saying that you need to do something for your community, that you need to do something for chiropractic for on a state level, a local level, but also a national level, an international level. So I've been doing that by joining IFCO and then also becoming a state representative for IFCO. Shout out to IFCO. And then this past year got accepted for the board position, the state chair position for the state representatives for the IFCO, so we can make sure that there's principled and pure chiropractic representation through the state level. So checking out also the IFCO and looking to support some colleges as well. So chiropractic is not just a Hobbs specific chiropractic anymore. It's state level, national level, and also international. So literally giving back to chiropractic because it's what was my calling and it's what's saving my life.
And you know, the profession is, I call it the beautiful profession, because really what it does is gives people their ability to live the life that they deserve. And it takes off that shackle of subluxation and allows people's body to free up to be one of the key buzzwords of like the 2010s is authentic, transparent. And I think it takes off the layer of confusion inside of the body, and it allows the body to live as it's supposed to without interference. So when you find that subluxation, whether it's in the spinal column or above the atlas, or maybe it's in our behaviors, so there's subluxation in the behavior pattern too. And when people don't live congruent and do the right things for their health and to, be that beacon of light for their community or their family, like you're saying, or they don't step up and do the things that they know they're supposed to do, and they're living small, they're living that mediocre life. Now when you live congruent, even coming out of the darkness of being sick and out of practice, you're seeing the benefits of, coming back to health and almost being that phoenix rising from the ashes.
Absolutely. You know, what I love about Jim Chester and Chiro Hustle is that he really gets this chiropractic stuff and the principles. I've been trained knee, chest, upper cervical work, principled chiropractic, and the atlas subluxation, the true subluxation is literally above the atlas, between the ears, and that's something that I had been working on in my coaching. And then, of course, this episode in life with me, it really put me to the test personally to do this. And so whenever you have that congruency, some authenticity, and you want to transform lives and change that energy within yourself, but also the world, because that energy outside is inside you and the inside is in you. And I am Jim and Jim is me. We are one spirit, absolutely.
And that being said, everybody should just keep on taking care of each other. Like I always make in my posts, you probably see them, I'm saying, just tell somebody you love them today. And if you just tell somebody you love them every day, you receive what you give. And it's the karmatic wheel. If you push it real slow, you get karma back real slow. If you expect it fast, then you're going to get karma back fast. But it's nice to nurture it and to give it and to keep giving it and tell people you love them. And maybe that's the biggest thing that I'll ever learn here at Mile High Chiropractic Weekend is that we're more different than we are, or we're more alike than we are different. And realizing that we're all brothers in arms. And if you believe in what chiropractic can do for you, yourself, your community, let's raise the future of chiropractic better than what we know it to be today.
Absolutely.
Well, is it okay if I don't close out?
It's yours.
Well, last thing, sorry guys. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to share with everybody?
It's a great question. I would like to share with everybody, you individually know what you're not doing, what you can do. And I personally ask you, and I've heard this for years as well, take steps, 10%. Take action steps, say by when. Just take those incremental steps. All processes require time. And the hare won the race. The turtle won the race, not the hare won the race. Maybe the short run, but not the long run. Sorry. And I would just ask all our viewers here, whether you're in chiropractic or not, you know you can change the world because the world is inside you and make it a better place.
And my last thoughts are quit practicing and start doing. And when you stop practicing, you start doing, that means that you're actually taking forward momentum. And practice is great, but the perfection is in the doing. So just keep on doing, keep on charging forward. And I'm going to close out just telling you guys this, just like I always do. You guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. See you guys on the next one.